Distorted Fate. Written by Sylvac. Epilogue. So, it was just the two princesses, Discord, and me sitting there in the forest as I rubbed my forehead, anticipating another potential headache. However, before silence could truly settle, Celestia broke it as she asked, "Do you really think Equus could be invaded still?"
Probably. It really depends on the species that manages to establish some form of contact with this world. There are some friendly species or groups out there, but there are a lot more hostile groups or just groups that want to take advantage of anything.
I answered. The two princesses looked at each other in concern before Luna spoke what they had on their minds.
Does thou have any recommendations on this matter? Unless you have some way of making it so that the nothing can come here, best I can offer is have some ponies ready for, well, anything, truth be told.
We have the Royal Guard, would not they suffice?
Hardly by the looks of them. Sure, you have magic, but unless every member of the guard can cast spells like you two, I doubt they would last longer against anything I have seen, to be honest.
Discord, dost thou have anything to aid us in this matter? Sorry, Luna dear, but I simply can't do anything to prevent anything interdimensional from coming over. Discord answered. Besides, that would be preventing chaos, and don't you two give me that look. I'm not going to bring anything over, nor will I stand back if something comes over that could do some serious harm. Can't have fun in Equestria if there isn't an Equestria in the first place. Now that I'm not needed here, I'm off to have some fun. But here's a little gift from me to you, Aether. Discord snapped his fingers, disappearing as something suddenly blocked my vision.
What did he put on me this time?
I asked.
A giant costume head that resembles you,
Celestia answered. Taking it off, I saw that it was indeed a costume head version of my own, though its eyes are ridiculously large spheres that stick out of the head in a slightly disturbing way. I then noticed that it wasn't the only thing Discord left for me, for there was a matching body costume for the head, scores of figurines in one pile, stacks of shirts that had my face on them, and a 15-foot-tall statue of me with a deadpan look on my face.
This has to be some kind of sick joke,
I finally said after staring at all the stuff for a minute.
I take it you're not one for glory. Nope, seeking glory is something that would only do more harm than good in the long run. In my point of view, at least.
Aether, while I assured you that no pony will expect you to do...
Just say what you want and I'll give you my answer.
I dryly cut in, giving Celestia a flat look as I waited for her to get to the point. Very well. Based on what you have told us, I believe that I will take you up on your advice on forming a team devoted to handling any future dimensional issues. Since you're the only pony on Equus that has any experience in interdimensional matters, I wanted to ask you if you would train this team.
I have the body of a filly princess. Do you really think any pony would take me seriously enough to be trained by me?
That wouldn't be a problem. The Royal Guard will follow...
Having the Royal Guard being trained for this role is a horrible idea.
I cut in. What does thou mean? Luna asked.
Simple. Their original training would be too ingrained into their minds that it may cause them to jump back into old habits that won't suit the role. Your Royal Guards follow some structured system, but to prepare for what may come, you have to toss any structure out the window. My former line of work relies on adaptability,
I explained. I see. So we have to have fresh recruits for this team that Equestria needs. As to your physical state, we can assign a Royal Guard to enforce your decisions, Celestia replied.
That's assuming I take the position, which I haven't.
I see. How unfortunate. I suppose we'll have to do with an open-minded commander from the Royal Guard, though I wonder how they will utilize the Marillus Corps, Celestia said as she averted her eyes away from me.
Are you trying to trick me?
I asked as I gave her an irritated look. I have no idea what you mean. I'm just looking out for my ponies, Celestia answered in a tone that spoke of false innocence. Scowling, Aether said,
That's not going to work on me. Many ponies from where I come from often try to trick others to get what they want. So drop the act already, cause I'm not going to fall for it.
Sighing, Celestia replied, For one as young as yourself, you show wisdom beyond even the years of an adult. Is there anything I can do to convince you to further aid us? Tapping a hoof against my chin, I decided to weigh the outcomes. First case would be if I accepted the position, I would have to endure trying to train peaceful ponies into agents that wouldn't fall apart at any scenario. That, however, would be a miracle based on the stories of how many times Ponyville was sent into a panic. Second case would have some inexperienced fool training a team that would most likely get slaughtered, as well as possibly open a dimensional rift in a fashion that probably would doom this world. Buck, I have no choice but to do this after all. Though, I could set things up in my favor still.
Fine, but only if we do this under conditions set up by me,
I answered. Celestia smiled before she said, As long as they are reasonable. I know how young foes like yourself can be with their demands. After giving her a short glare, I replied,
First, the training of the team has to be done in Ponyville.
In Ponyville? We know that thou art attached to thy family and friends, but we could simply have a chariot pick thou up for the training sessions in Canterlot. There exists a training academy for the Royal Guard that can be used for the training of this team, Luna responded.
While I would like to stay close to my family and friends, it's more of the matter that this academy is designed for training guards, not ponies that would be following my line of work. This forest would serve as a useful training ground, and since Ponyville is nearby, it makes it a more suitable location. Furthermore, they will be going into the Everfree Forest frequently after they have some training. From the stories I heard about that place, it would be the closest to matching the kind of stuff we should expect in other dimensions. This would help me ensure that they get the best training they could receive.
That is a thoughtful and understandable request. Are there any others? Celestia asked.
Yes. I would prefer to have volunteers for this team you want to form, but they have to be young adults like one would expect for recruits. No experienced adventurers who think they can handle anything. They would just be the same kind of problem as a trained Royal Guard would be. Furthermore, while I promise that whatever I do for my training will not cause any serious harm to any pony unless they caused it themselves, I want to be able to not have any outside forces manipulate my training methods. If I'm going to train any pony, I'm going to give them the most realistic scenarios I can to make sure I get rid of any ponies that wouldn't make it in the real deal.
Once again, I can't find any fault in your request. Is that all?
Just one more thing. I want Luna to throw that statue of me at you.
This caused the two princesses to blink at my request as Luna said,
What? This is not a childish request, it's both the means of venting out my rage for you, Princess Celestia, as well as an effective means of teaching you a lesson of not messing around with alternative dimensions.
I calmly said as I kept a straight face. No. Luna deadpan, causing me to give her a shrug.
It was worth a try. Though I wonder, why haven't you made any requests on me revealing all my knowledge of the other dimensions and stuff related to that?
I asked as I looked at Celestia. 'Cause there's no need.
Twilight will naturally want to be the one to first learn all the information you possess, and she would pass all that to me," Celestia said with a smile that nearly looked like a smirk to me. Regardless, her words had truth to them that caused me to pale under the thought of what Twilight would do when she finally had the opportunity to question me. Buck. And that concludes this story. Distorted Fate is now fully complete on this channel. It took a bit of time, but it is done. I'm glad you stuck around, and yeah. In 2 days' time from this video's upload, there is probably going to be an Astral Aegis continuation, since that story is also complete, and yeah. We're gonna continue this. I like this story so far, and I wanna see what little Aether comes up with for her whole training ritual and that stuff. So I will be seeing you all in the next story, and until then, enjoy yourselves and have a good day. Bye!